Hi, Demi.
Hi.
Ugochi on the other side, the fabulous one.
Hi.
Queen of Talk.
Hi.
And it's not a moment for all these names I've mentioned. It's a time where we bring the beautiful and very talented one professional broadcaster, if you ask me. Carla! Ladies and gentlemen, Carla is here. It's not a dream, it's real life. We told you, and she's right here.
I love it how you introduce me. Is this how it's going to be every time?
Even more.
I'm loving it. Hi, Collins.
Hi.
I feel weird coming here on a Wednesday. I'm so used to coming on Fridays.
I mean, even the listener will be wondering what's happening. Carla, that great show on Fridays at 10.
You see?
What's going on?
But I'll tell you what's going on. Everybody wants to learn more. So here we are giving more information on Nigeria Info. Let's give a clap for that. All right, so welcome to the show, everyone. Once again, my name is Carla. Welcome to the Health Station. We are here live on a Wednesday morning, coming to you from Nigeria Info. And today, our topic is going to be a special topic about anxiety, and more specifically about anxiety and your appetite. Give me a hey five if you've all been anxious in your life.
Hey, fine.
We all.
I mean, everybody's been through it, right? In
That's
one way
right.
or another. We've all had it in one way or another. So let us give you some intro on anxiety. Okay, anxiety is a mental health condition. We all know that. And it is an estimation, there is an estimation that 275 million people suffer from anxiety disorders. So that's around 4% of the global population. And that spreads between 2.5 to 6.5% of population per country. And that's around 62% of those sufferers who are females, and a bit less being males. So anxiety disorders they can follow. It could go from something as simple as tension. So you might be worrying about maybe a project you have at work, about something going on at the office, at school, at university, about future misfortune, feeling on the edge, or having even difficulties coping. So making important decisions, or even afraid of taking a little risk. This is part of, say, a simple apprehension. But then again, anxiety can move to more tension. You have restlessness and fidgeting, which is very common. Tension headaches, many people get that a lot. Trembling, inability to relax. And then it can move even more as symptoms to something even more severe, what we now call autonomic overactivity. So your nervous system consciously becoming overreactive without you actually making it. And you wonder, why is this happening to me? So you got lightheadedness, sweating, abnormality in your heart rate. That's called tachycardia. In your breathing as well, that's tachypnea, for those of you who want to learn new words. Pain in your upper abdomen, dizziness, and dry mouth. Many of those things come along. And one of the many simple symptoms, which we are going to talk about today, is appetite. Very common in many. Some people with anxiety, we know, tend to overeat or consume lots of unhealthy food. They always focus on the junk food. And others, on the other hand, tend to lose their desire to eat, and they actually feel quite stressed out and anxious. So what's the real deal between your appetite and your anxiety? So when you feel stressed or anxious, your body begins to release what we call stress hormones. There's a chemical reaction. We have to accept that. It's not just I'm stressed, but there's a chemical reaction taking place in my body. These hormones activate a specific part of your nervous system called the sympathetic nervous system. Once again, another scientific word. And this triggers what we call the fight or flight response. This is an evolutionary response that goes way back thousands, actually, should I say millions of years ago, when our ancestors were hunter-gatherers. There were two ways of thinking in their environment. When the brain or their body perceived a situation, they would either stay and fight that threat, so that's fight, or they would run away for safety, that's flight. And during this time, there's a sudden surge of stress hormones in the body that has many physical effects. So your heart starts pumping more oxygen because you need to run or fight back. Your blood pressure increases, your temperature increases, so much is going on. And this is part of your stress response. Now, nowadays, we're not hunter-gatherers. We're facing, we're big hunters destroying the whole food chain, but that's another topic. Today, the stress we endure is different. is much
right.
different than the stress our ancestors endured.
absolutely.
We're not hunting for food. If we have a dangerous situation, we just call our
Yeah,
friend
babe.
to help us out or get a gun and shoot the thing, but
Yeah.
we never fight it.
You get me some food.
Yeah, get me some food,
Is that
exactly.
easy?
So we react differently, but yet our hormones and stress signals are still the same. They are actually having a physical reaction in your body. So let me give you an example. For instance, you have a hormone called, once again, another scientific word for you to learn, corticotropin releasing factor. Just call it CRF, it's easier for you. And that affects our digestive system, and it may lead to appetite. I'm sure you've known people or experienced it yourself when you are maybe very anxious or depressed and you have appetite at all.
I mean, it happens all the time.
Many people have that.
So for some reason, if you're expecting, say, some funds, and an important call, and then you probably get the
Exactly.
call, hi, it's, and then you're waiting for, you're anticipating for that, and then there's anxiety.
Exactly.
Eating, it
You
goes
can't
away.
even eat.
I mean, it's practically
Exactly. Exactly. Then you have a hormone called cortisol, and increases the gastric acid secretion to speed up digestion in your body, the digestion of food, so that the person can fight or flee more effectively. But we're not fighting and we're not fleeing. Still there, doesn't know what to do exactly. So you have other digestive effects and ways that this anxiety can manifest itself. So you have constipation, diarrhea, people who are expecting some bad news or who are worried about something, they might have loose stools for the whole day, indigestion, nausea, dizziness, many other things. So as I mentioned earlier, Collins, anxiety can come in different forms. And this fight or flight response can cause more physical symptoms, like, as I said, increasing your heartbeat, your breathing, you can't breathe properly, your blood pressure, muscle tension, pale, flushed skin. So much can happen. Some of these physical symptoms can also be that you don't feel like eating. It might not be because of wounds, but because you have muscle tension, you can't feel. So it's not just hormone related. It could be manifestation that's not making you in the mood to actually eat. And you might even, if you're, let's say you're feeling constipated or you have nausea, you wouldn't see the food that any appetizing at all. So once again, there is no one symptom that applies to all. My reaction to stress or anxiety is different than yours. We might both go through the same kind of, we react much differently. All right. So once again, what takes over? Is it the overeating? Is it the appetite loss? We're saying that you can overeat, and we're saying that you can also have appetite loss.
That's right.
So if you have persistent anxiety or an anxiety disorder, you're more likely to have long-term high levels of the hormone which I mentioned called corticotropin releasing factor, okay, CFR. And as a result, you're more likely to experience a prolonged loss in appetite. That's when that hormone kicks in. Now, if your anxiety is less frequent, you might just look for food for comfort. Let me give you an example. I know many clients who came to me with anxiety. For instance, one got dumped by her boyfriend, so she just decided to go for food comfort. And I know another who lost a family member in a tragic accident. And this is really acute, persistent anxiety, and that person lost appetite. So it's crazy how the environment can affect your appetite. It's not just hormones, it's much. Can you share some experience
this
on
is
that?
really deep because I was trying to share one of my experiences. I noticed that whenever I'm experiencing something, and anxiety increases for sure, and I know that at that time food becomes,
Yeah.
like I really don't want to eat. I could, in fact, in most cases when I get that information, even if I had a bowl of amala or whatever it is in front of me, trust me, at that point I see nothing. I'm just,
That's it.
There's just
Yeah.
loss of interest.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
I experience that personally on a daily basis, depending on what I'm expecting or the anxiety level. Should I be worried?
Well, no, basically there are treatments, there are ways to go by this, and we will be talking about this after the break. So we are going to go on a short break right now, get you to think a bit and reflect a bit about your anxiety, because we will be sharing your thoughts, your comments. Later on, we will be opening the line 012770991, 012770992, 0991 1991 2991 or 3991. I did
That's
that
right.
mistake last week. I'm not doing it again. All right. So we will be back after this very short break. Stay with us.
Health Station with Carla will be right back.
Have you seen the sun? Have you seen the moon? They are shining light for you. And have you seen the stars shining in the dark? 'Cause God is still watching you.
And we're back. This is Health Station with Carla.
All right, welcome back. This is the Health Station once again with Carla, Collins, and all the lovely ladies around with me today. Okay, so we spoke of anxiety. We spoke of how it controls your appetite, whether it's increasing your appetite or decreasing your appetite, depending on circumstances, right? And depending on which hormones are kicking in. Remember, the flight or fight response. This is one of the most evolutionary way we adapt to the environment we're facing. So it's still with us. It's genetically engraved in us. Yeah. So we're going to go today, after this short, lovely break we've had, on remedies and treatments, specifically when anxiety hits you when it comes to losing your appetite.
Aha.
All right.
I was going to ask that question. Hey, how do we
Exactly. How do we go
this?
by it? We will be opening the lines later, but meanwhile, let me just share a few things. The first thing you should do, the first thing you need to do is simply acknowledge that there are sources of stress you are facing that can trigger physical sensations. All right? The fact that you understand that there's an actual neurological reaction happening. It's not, and forgive me for those who are very spiritual. I am a very spiritual person, but it's not necessarily a spiritual presence that's causing this. It is scientifically proven. We have facts, we have research. We do not share anything on air here that hasn't been backed 10, 20 times to make sure we share this information. It is a scientific happening. It is a neurological reaction in your system. And this can go some way towards reducing your anxiety once you acknowledge this. So the first step is acknowledging. All right?
So it's not people in the village following you. It's not there's a bad spirit passing. It's not something bad is about happening. It is scientifically explained.
Exactly. I believe once again in spirits, but that's another subject.
All right,
I totally believe in so many things out there in the out of this world. But today we're talking about anxiety,
Yep.
things that follow you, situations you might be turning your face away from because you don't want to deal with them, and you just pinpoint the cause on something else like a spirit. No, there are things in life that we need to acknowledge, and one of them is our body has neurological reactions that make us feel physically the way we do.
That's right.
All right? So number 2 is addressing the sources of this anxiety. What are your triggers? What is triggering this? Is it a toxic friend, in brackets, a toxic person around you in your life? Is it the fear of heights? Is it the fear of flying? Is it the fear? There's so many things.
Failure.
Of failure as well. Insecurity is one of the triggers. Maybe something in your childhood or in your youth has made you more insecure, which is why you reflect this way through anxiety. There's so much to say, but knowing what your triggers are, that can really help you to avoid them, number 1, or find a way to deal with them. It's either through community help or therapeutic help, okay? Wherever you see it possible. And I can acknowledge that some cases are not as easy as we make it sound, but whenever you do see it possible, you should work to eliminate or reduce those stressors. So if this proves challenging for you, which it is in many cases,
Not
it's
easy.
easier said than done, they say. There is no harm in working with a therapist or a life coach to manage those anxiety triggers. Remember, getting help is not a sign of weakness. People think it is, but it's not. You are strong when you ask for help. This is what we should remember.
A wise man told me one time that nobody is a repository of knowledge.
Definitely.
We all have something to learn, so there's no
Exactly.
crime to say, I don't know, please, I need help.
Exactly. Number 3, Collins, practice stress management. So there are so many ways to go by that, and so many techniques that can either reduce or control your anxiety symptoms. Number 1, deep breathing exercises. This is something I do every day. It's also known as mindful breathing. It's not like we're breathing right now in the studio. It's more than that. You're more conscious about your breathing. It's called diaphragmatic breathing. So you can go on. I wish we had more time to do that so I could demonstrate it, but you can go online and look for mindful breathing, and they can show you different ways of doing it. Guided imagery practice, that's when you use your imagination to picture a person, place, or time that makes you feel relaxed, peaceful, or happy. So usually someone helps you through this, someone who's qualified to do that, and they rely on the use of your senses. Meditation, prayer is one of the ways you can meditate, and it helps. I know so many people who have turned to prayers to help deal with the loss of a loved one or or something else. What else? Mindfulness, once again, I'm back at this. It's a type of meditation. It could be breathing methods, as I said, guided imagery, anything. There are so many resources out there. See what works for you. And there's one thing called progressive muscle relaxation technique, PMR. So basically, it's a deep relaxation technique, okay? And it helps relieve insomnia, tension, symptoms of certain types of chronic pain as well. And it's based upon this simple practice of tightening and relaxing your muscle group, at being followed by more relaxation than tightening. But then again, you are guided by someone. You don't just do it on your own. Someone helps you through it, or you just read about it. So that's one way. Also, you really have to practice stress management. And another thing is choosing the right food. If you've lost your appetite, you might not be eating at all. Or if you are, you might not be eating right. For the little amount that you are eating, please focus on high energy foods. So if you feel like soup only, have some proteins with your soup to make sure you don't lose muscle mass. Avoid anything such as deep fried food, creamy food, alcohol, coffee, anything that can trigger digestive discomfort. Avoid that. What else? You have meal replacement shakes. So instead of eating, you can just drink them. They're sold, and they contain all the vitamins and minerals you need to make sure that at least you stay healthy. What else? So go for easily digestible foods like rice, sweet potato, steamed vegetables. Avoid fried foods, as I said, just until you get out of it.
Steamed vegetables?
Yeah, steamed or
My
stir
favorite,
fried. Yeah, not many people like it, but if you're going through a lot of physical discomfort, digestion wise, steamed vegetables would be better than fried vegetables. Or go for a simple soup. I usually enjoy a soup, good chicken soup. That's one of my therapies.
All right, well, I don't know about you, but I can't wait for Lagos to be a part of this.
Oh, yes. We are going to open the line, although I haven't finished saying what I had to say, but I never have time to finish what I have to say. So let's open the lines right now.
Absolutely. You can call 012771993, 012772993, 3993, and 0993. That last number is actually for all the ladies out there. Or should I say women?
Is it only women? Men also go through anxiety, Collins. Remember that.
No, I mean the last line I gave out, the phone
all
line
right,
number
okay.
is for women, just so we can have more women call in. Come on, yes,
All
we
right.
all go through anxiety.
All
Come
right. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know that.
Absolutely. So 012771993, 2993, 3993.
Yep.
Call us, let's get to hear your experience. Let's know what you've learned today. I have a list of words I've learned. I have a list of points I've jotted in my brain. Let me not lie because I didn't write them down. I mean, I just, even though they say the bluntest pen is better than the sharpest brain, but this one,
Definitely.
because it is in my heart, I'm going to keep it and make sure it stays with me forever. And I hope you're making the same decision. What can we say, Carla? I mean,
A
this
lot.
is
Trust me.
beautiful
Thank you.
information.
There's more to come as we're waiting for the calls,
Yep.
Colin, since everybody now. And you can actually comment on our Facebook page, Nigeria Info 99.3. We would love to read what you have to type. Okay, so it's not just calls. Another thing, okay, we have a caller already. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good afternoon.
No, good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
I'm so
yeah.
used to saying morning on Friday. Sorry. Good afternoon.
No, good afternoon. This is Rabokaro.
What did he say?
This is Rabokaro. Rabokaro.
Irabokaro. Where are you calling from?
From First Stack.
First
All right.
Town.
Thanks for calling. Anything you'd like to share or ask?
Yes. In fact, it was yesterday I was really worried about what you thought in the radio. Because about 2 months now, my daughter lost an appetite suddenly. She had another admission, then we were planning towards it. All of a sudden, she was not eating again. She was macheting. In fact, I just removed my eyes from it. What she can just pick is biscuit or so. But yeah, the first day, called me and said, Mommy, I'm not still eating because she has gone back to school to resume. So I was worried, how will I go about it? So I'm very happy.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of points here, and it has encouraged me. There is nothing about it. It's
All
because
right.
of the admission, and God bless you.
We applaud you for sharing this information. Well done. Sorry, before you hang on, how old is your daughter? Oh, we hung up. I just said before we hang on. All right, so I really would have liked to know how old his daughter was, because
Okay.
it does affect what kind of anxiety the child or adult would be going through, because at each stage in life you have different triggers. But let me quickly answer this question. If she, let's say, is an adult, I'm going to consider that, or a teenager, there are different contributors to anxiety, different contributors to appetite loss. One of them being anxiety, but just make sure she's not going through maybe depression, something happening at school or university. It could be gastroenteritis, that's known like a stomach bug, or it could be what's causing her maybe to have other symptoms like vomiting, diarrhea. I'm not too sure. I would have loved to have more information on that. Is she on any specific medication? Is she, once again, I don't know about the age, pregnant maybe, ill because of diabetes or some underlying illness? So it would have been, it's good that you took her to the hospital, especially when it's more than 2 weeks of loss of appetite. That's when you get worried. Or a parasite. There's so many triggers, so many reasons why she might have no appetite. Anxiety is one of them. So I'd really advise, if it's been more than 2 weeks, that you do take her to a doctor so that they do the proper medical assessment. Hello.
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 Hello, Colin. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Who's on the line?
Good afternoon.
Oh,
Yeah, Colin,
once again, I
good
say good morning. Good afternoon. Sorry about that. I need to get used to
He
this.
said good morning.
Oh, you even said good morning. Good. So I don't feel bad. So who's calling, if you don't mind us asking?
Yeah, my name is Matthew.
Matthew. How are you, Matthew?
I'm not fine, Jerry.
All right.
It's like you are talking to me, honestly.
I am. I don't know if okay, go ahead. Tell me, what is it? Are you anxious?
Very, very, very anxious.
Do you know?
Like everything I've just spoken is like the one you talking to.
So let's talk about.
but-
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you have to say.
My issue is that it's like I try to identify where the whole anxiousness is coming from. I was driving a BRT bus before, but I felt sick. So although I didn't inform them because I was unconscious. So when I came back from the treatment, I went back to my work. They refused me to start the work back. So since then, I've not been working, and this has been really, really giving me a lot of money to another stuff. My children are at home. I see them; they are not going to school and other stuff. So it has really put me into serious stress. And I don't know, even during that December time, I almost lost my life. So this morning, this something that you have started talking about is like, so is this thing that is disturbing me? Like each time I sleep, I see people in my dream. I like, now you answer, it's not those rich people that is pushing me or that is stressed. You understand me?
Yeah, of
So
course.
I don't.
You know, Matthew, right? Matthew, let me tell you something. First of all, you did acknowledge the source of your anxiety. I guess it's your job, if I understood properly.
Yes.
Okay. Number two, we are all going to go through hardship. We're all going to go through hard times, okay? All our lives. Nobody has it easy in life. The difference is not about how unfair life is, about throwing problems at you. It's how you react to those problems. So you have to find a way to adapt to whatever is coming to you. I can't help you in one phone call, unfortunately, Matthew, but all I can tell you is it's good that you've addressed what your problem is, and put on a piece of paper what you could do, and if you do it, what it can lead to, and try and think what's the next step for you to help reduce that stress. There's so much you can do. Yes, hello.
But see, I have been trying to go out and other stuff and trying to meet friends and all that. It's like each time I try to make efforts, that moment I will feel relief. But immediately I come back home and seeing the situation around me still staring at me and my face, everything will start. It seems as if everything will just come back again. I don't know. So I'm not the type that I used to say. I'm not the type that kind of stay idle. So all those kind of things, I will just stay at home and not doing anything. All those kind of stuff. It's really.
Okay, Matthew, sorry, I'm going to have to make you hang up now, but I will answer that again one more time. Yes, it might be difficult. You might have to be facing more issues at home after going out with friends. There is so much you can do, but you have to take baby steps. And the first one is sleeping well, of course, eating right, and trying to select who are the people you need to see in your life right now to make you feel good about yourself, and focus on this positive energy around you. I'm sorry, I wish there was more I could say. You can always go to a doctor, a therapist, a life coach that can help you go through this. Shall we take one more call, Collins, before we end the show? Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I said it right this time.
This is Thompson Daniel calling from Ogun State.
Hi, how would you like to share today your experience?
Please, first, let me say thank you very much. You're doing a very nice job over there. And I'm really grateful that I'm able to go through. I've been calling this session for a long time. Thank God I'm able to get through today and on this very program.
Woohoo! Well done for you. Well done for you.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead. Let's make it quick so I have enough time to answer back.
Yeah, please, thank you. I can't really explain everything that I'm going through right now. In fact, you don't have enough time for me, and I don't have enough airtime. And please, I don't know if there's any way I can reach out on social media to you, and so I'll share a lot with you.
All right. You can.
It's Friday. You'll be here on Friday.
I'm here on Friday if you want, but then again, you can always keep your comment on the Facebook page, Nigeria Info Facebook page, and I can reply on that. So please keep a comment under the show where we're airing right now. Sorry, I wish I could help you more than that. I'm gonna have to cut up the lines, Collins. There's so much I wanted to share more on anxiety and appetite, but what are our takeaways we can say is that usually there are hormonal changes in the body. Some people may also avoid eating as much as they can go more into eating, especially unhealthy foods. Physical sensations of anxiety are not just loss of appetite. There are many others which we mentioned. Without treatment, long-term loss of appetite and chronic anxiety can have negative effects on your health. So please, if you've been going for more than 2 weeks without properly eating or taking care of yourself, do find help. There's no weakness in that. And I'm going to end the show, Collins, with a quote of the week, as I always do, by Astrid Loda. Don't let your mind bully your body into believing it must carry the burden of its worries.
Don't let your mind bully your body into believing that it must carry
The burden of the worries. I'll see you on Friday.
We cannot wait to have you, Carla. I mean,
Thanks for having
come
me.
every day.
I wish I could. We'll see you on Friday once again on
Great.
the Health Station.
Thank you, Carla. Guys, talk about great programming. Talk about informative listening. That's where you get it here on Nigeria Info, and that's a head station or the health station with Carla. Well, Friday she's going to be here again. We cannot wait to have to have you. There's a hashtag the health station.
Hashtag the Health Station. Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Absolutely, guys. We're here for you, so you wait and see what happens when we're done with you. We'll be right back. The show continues, no doubt. Carla, thank you. We'll be back, guys. This is the Lunchtime Magazine. It is live at Nigeria Info 99.3. I'm Collins.
This is Jasmine.
The very fabulous Ugochi Adore here.
Temilade is on the other side. We'll be back with Techie Talk. We have tech updates, tech roundup, and a special guest, or should I say guests, with an S. We'll be back in a moment.